The game designers have dropped their combos for Attack on Titan Apocalypse. Let's go through them and see if we can't spice them up even further and give an opinion on these combos and their health in the game. Welcome to UKVersus, and I'm going to judge what the game designers think is the best combos in the game. This is going to be absolutely a riot because I am not good at this game. So taking what the people who designed the set think is a good combo and going, actually you could do better, feels like a bit of a bad move. But either way, let's take a look at the article of the Attack on Titan Apocalypse combos. Let's start off with Jeremy Ray, senior game designer, absolute legend and long-time staple of the designs of Universus, and wants to hold Zeke a birthday party while we talk about Zeke War Chief. Zeke War Chief is a 6 hand size, 29 health character with 2 enhances. Once per turn, your next check gets plus X. X equals number of backups in your stage plus 1. So you're always going to get plus 1 to your check. And enhance, sacrifice the backup, gain 1 health, draw a card, and if you have at least 10 backups in your stage and discard power combined, you may transform Zeke. This is a Chaos Life character. Jeremy wants to invite Goalkeeper's Authority and Sean Gilmore, so Caduceus Clay and Sean Gilmore, to Zeke's birthday party, combining them with things like Marley's Warriors and Falling Titans to kind of expedite this ability to use Goalkeeper's Authority to build in all your allies, have all of these backups in play, allowing you to transform Zeke very quickly. Marley Warriors giving you additional to your checks to play attacks this turn, and Fallen Titans being an attack that you can constantly keep picking up if you have backups to sacrifice. Goalkeeper's Authority, for the cost of 1 momentum, gives you access to all of these backups. So you're able to just keep cycling Fallen Titans very consistently, using Goalkeeper's Authority to set up with Sean Gilmore and other backup allies from your discard, and then using things like Marley's Warriors to enhance your checks, as it's a warrior first form. However, I think there's a better way to play Fallen Titans, and this comes courtesy of Kai of the Dobbers, has been playing Zeke Jaeger War Chief, but under Chaos. Why under Chaos? Because you get access to City Rampage. You can still use Sean Gilmore, you can still use Shikasta and Reedy and all the other backups that are there. You do lose access to Goalkeeper's Authority, but you gain access to a lot more attacks that synergize with backups and check hacking, which is what Chaos does as its symbol identity. And with how much you can draw and gain health with Zeke's abilities, and the fact that you can commit on the flip side to gain health and draw more cards, allows you to play City Rampage, play Fallen Titans on a 7, even using Marley's Warriors, so it'd be on a 7 with plus 3 to your check. You're guaranteed to pass Fallen Titans repeatedly. There are ways to make City Rampage not count towards progressive. There are ways to make other things not count towards progressive while you're playing the ranged Titan card. So you can just bounce this, make it with additional stats, making it a 6 high for 7, and you can keep pumping and pushing and pumping and pushing and pumping and pushing, and it becomes a lot harder to deal with. Marley's Warriors, that kind of way Jeremy's doing it here, is very cool. It's a 5 high for 6 that is limited, and as long as you keep checking. But if you can change this and give plus 3 to your checks and plus 1 stats consistently, then you've got plus 3 to your check. You're never needing to commit a foundation. You can push, you can get through breakers and K-Code's aids and all these defensive abilities that are sat there designed, and using the Chaos side of it, you get access to things like Incredible Display, which allows you to deal with Genkai's and Nonagon and all the other things that are response level are trying to deal with your Fallen Titans. I think this is a very cool idea, and Jeremy is along the right lines of what the cool combos of Zeke, and I think this is a great thing to point out. But I think Chaos does it better, I guess Incredible Display has life. Oops, I forgot about that. But I think Chaos just does it better. And with the amount of draw power and check hacking, you can make Chaos pull this combo off a lot more consistently, in my opinion. Then we move over to friend of the channel and personal friend William Howard. I've been trying to get him into more content, but being a playtester, it's very hard for him to get permission to come on these. We used to have him on quite often. And we're looking at a combo that is near and dear to my heart. It is one that, this is the first combo I posted about Attack on Titan Apocalypse. It is something that myself and Mike Hardiman talked about a lot. The Warhammer Titan with Tetra Terror Onslaught, Readied Shot, and Final Slash. Play Tetra Terror, you burn 3 to say I'm going to pick one up. Then you can commit Warhammer, burn 4, pick up a Ready Shot. If Tetra Terror hits, you pick up another Ready Shot. You then get to Echo. You then get to lose 3 again and say I'll pick up a third Ready Shot. You can use Warhammer Titan to pick up a Final Slash. Who knows? Either way, you're only burning the 3. Then you play Ready Shot, pick up Final Slash. You play another Ready Shot, pick up Final Slash. And then you play your Final Slashes. So your progressive for that turn goes Tetra Terror on a 5, Tetra Terror on a 4, Ready Shot on a 5, Ready Shot on a 6, Final Slash on a 4, Final Slash on a 5. You have played 6 attacks. And if you've checked well, if you've checked all grey, you've committed 1 foundation. That is so nuts. I love it so much. Final Slash does need your opponent to be below 10, but either way, this is an absolutely solid setup. I do prefer it under Elder Toguro, as Elder Toguro can play Tetra Terror just by discarding an action or a backup or an asset, and you can still play your Tetra Terror. You have more readied access. Warhammer Titan needs to draw the Tetra Terror or have another attack that lets you then play into Tetra Terror or pick it up in your opponent's turn. Whereas Elder Toguro goes, Tetra Terror's in my discard. Unless you remove it, I get to play it. It's an absolute solid because you just get a solid line of play. You get to keep throwing stats on it from Warhammer Titan. Tetra Terror fits in with Warhammer Titan's plan of burning through health to get additional stats. It's an absolutely solid move. I just think Elder Toguro does it better, but Warhammer is a solid pick for this combination play. Then we move on to Barrett Bryant, who has come in with the nasty combo. The combo that people have been talking about since AOT released. Bleak Commentary Abusal. What do I mean by Bleak Commentary Abusal? So a Bleak Commentary is a 2-cost foundation that says Outwit. After your rival draws one or more cards this combat phase, they discard a card. So for the simple cost of unflip and commit, you get to force your opponent to discard a card. Looking at some of the cards outside of Attack on Titan, this is not something new. We've seen things with like a Citywide Crisis, which has a similar effect, but it has to be from their effects. This is where Bleak Commentary is different. Bleak Commentary lets you force your opponent to discard from you making them draw. Examples being Beta Shift, Botan's Coaching, Brad Bowman himself. These are what Bright is kind of picking up. This is very nasty because it's not a sacrifice cost. It is not a destroy cost. It is not a remove cost. It is an outwit cost that can be played on both players' turn. So if you Botan's Coaching, force your opponent to discard a card, then draw a card, you go, cool, I'll Bleak Commentary, then you'll discard a card. Bleak Commentary is not unique. Bleak Commentary is not unique, so you can then go, discard 4 cards. Your turn is over. You have no defense for my turn on the other side of it. It's a very powerful card. Yes, this is Magical Christmas Land that you're going to have multiple down, but on the order symbol with attunement into death and life and earth and all these other symbols that now care about flipping and unflipping and order being a symbol that can build face down quite consistently. Botan's Coaching having death means you can play a order death character with Bleak Commentary. You want things like Battle or Release, which allows you to flip it back face down. Things like Armin, who allow you to flip things face down as part of their cost. There's a lot of cards that say, like, if you run Arini, you can essentially combo off with Botan's Coaching and Bleak Commentary consistently, as you can flip Bleak Commentary to unflip Botan's Coaching and go, I'ma do it again. And that is insane. It is such a nasty little thing, and that's the only addition I'd probably put to what Bright put here. But it looks like Bright isn't done with these new combination plays. Bright also put in that we have Levi's Retribution with the dragon within Hihei. Both of these characters care about being at 10 or less health. Hihei being a self-burning evil character, allowing them to get their health down. Levi's Retribution getting a lot stronger when you get below 10 health. And Hihei making cards a lot harder to block with. Great combo. One I hadn't even thought about, so I have nothing to add on there. And the other one being Hange Zoe 1 from Battle for Humanity, with the 9 Titans throughout the ages, which allow you to double the speed or damage of an attack as a first enhance. One of the other cool things you can do with Hange Zoe is you can run a Harness Undeath stall deck. The idea being you run things like Grish's Transformation, Rejuvenating Smash, Harness Undeath, and you can catch your opponents off guard by hitting them with the Harness Undeath and burning them for upwards of 15 damage. Once you get that hit in, the fact you've got all these backups means you can give it Echo. Rejuvenating Smash can be utilized with things like Shameless Haggler and Meeting Hange, allowing you to get the momentum to play the Echo, essentially forcing your opponent to always have at least 2 low blocks in hand. And then using things like Spiraling Fetch and other backups, you can push but these attacks to be a lot faster, a lot harder to deal with, and just going, you need to have the ultimate defense, I'm going to burn you to death and kill you. It's a very powerful deck and would be kind of my addition to what is going on here. The 9 Titans for the Ages is really cool, but utilizing Hange Zoe with these new backups that we've now come in that don't have as much of a stamina cost to play them, and even using 9 Titans for the Ages to commit doubling Harness and Death's speed, then pop it, and then you can pop it for another Harness and Death, or you can use it for Echo. Being able to utilize that doubling the speed or damage to make Harness and Death a lot harder to deal with, and of course because of how much you're drawing with Rejuvenating Smash and Meeting Hange and Shameless Haggler, there are many ways you can have it. So these are the combos that were identified by the devs. That's my opinions on them. All of these combos are very cool. I would say the Falling Titans Zeke is my least favorite, mainly because it's the one that's the hardest to deal. Once he gets going, unless you've got a way to stop the combination, Fallen Titans will just crush you, especially if they sit there and build until they've got enough foundations to always pass it. The Warhammer Titan Final Slash is my favorite. Warhammer Titan I want to see do cool things. I mean, he's a hula hooping menace, and I really want to see how well this character can do in a competitive setting. Let me know, is there any other combos that were missed from here? Are there any cooler combos you've come across from Attack on Titan Apocalypse? I will catch you all next time, and I will see you at game night. Bye.